אתה ועד עולם, הללויה. הללויה, 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 הללויה. Shabbat Shalom and welcome to our Shabbat evening service, Erev Shabbat. We're coming to you from our beautiful sanctuary. Our building is still closed to the public as we begin the conversation on how to best come together in person with our congregants and staff's health as our top priority. We look forward to connecting in the meantime over the screens. As always, you can find links to our Siddur in the Facebook event for this service. You can also find the link to the prayer book pages, the PDF for this service, in the comments. Important information will appear in the comments during the service, and for that we thank Dave Zucker and Aviva Simons for managing our streaming. Please say hi if you're watching by typing Shabbat Shalom in the comments line, and don't forget to click Enter. Just a reminder about the page numbers. If you have two sets, we're calling the numbers in the square brackets. Go ahead now and find Shabbat evening service Roman numeral 1 in your Mishkan Tefillah, or simply the second page on your prayer packet. The page numbers are at the bottom corner of the image. If you're following the service in our PDF file, we will be using all the pages. If you have feedback about tonight's services, we suggest that you take notes and send us an email next week with your comments, especially if there are technical difficulties that you're having. And we thank you in advance, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Our time together will begin on page 120 as we together light the Shabbat candles. If you have candles at home and would like to light them now, please go ahead and light the candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. We continue together on page 130 with Lehu Neranena.
Nariana
page 138. Together we'll join in singing Lecha Dodi. We will sing stanzas 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, all the odd numbers.
Lecha Dodi,
Likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekavela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekavela.
Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad, ki shmi'anu el hamichad Adonai echad, v'shemo echad, v'shimoti v'red v'liti lal.
Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekavela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekavela. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך האפכה, רב לשבת בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלי חמלה. lecha דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Hitoreri, ki va'oreku miori, uri, shir taberi, kavod Adonai alayich niglal.
lecha dodi, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. והיו למשיסה שוסייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמסוס חתן על כלה. lecha דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala, dam besimcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala,
lecha דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. We continue together on page 147 as we prepare for the recitation of the Shema, which will be on page 152. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you, we seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence.
Shema
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך
היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Emet. On page 158, together we sing Mi Chamocha.
מי כמוך באלים
Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar b'kodesh, nora teilot, oseh peleh, malchutecha rabu banecha, bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Zeli, anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora teilot, oseh peleh, oseh peleh, oseh peleh. Together on page 160, we join our voices at the top of the page as we sing Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim, lechayim, lechayim. Salt has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world. Beginning on page 164, we will take a few moments now to take the Amidah, the silent prayer, the standing prayer, on our own. At home, you may choose to read and pray through the traditional prayer through page 180. You can also take this time for a meditation, a time to share with your loved ones, or just by yourself as you welcome Shabbat, this beautiful evening here in the Kansas City area. Begin on 164.
Adonai Sfatai Tifta Ufi Yagit Hilatecha Adonai Sfatai Tifta Ufi Yagit Hilatecha.
Obey the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. Ose shalom bimromat, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, ve'imru, Amen. As we gather on this Shabbat, we think of those in need of healing. We have a list that you receive with the e-news, and you can also follow the link in the comments. If you like to offer names, please type there names in the comments so we can all see them. So please go ahead and type. We have three additional names that came a little late for the list. They are Chris Gray, Goody Garfield, and Shirley Garfield. And let us say, Amen. As we think of those in need of healing, we also offer a prayer for those who help in healing, the health workers and all the first responders who are helping people with the pandemic and all the things that come from that. May the one who blessed and led our forebears give countenance unto those who provide help for the ill and troubled among us. May they be filled with fortitude and courage, endowed with sympathy and compassion, as they give strength to those at their side. May they fight against despair and continue to find within themselves the will to reach out to those in need. And in their love of others, may they feel the blessing of community and the blessing of renewed faith. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. It is now time for our Simcha moment. If you are so moved, we invite you to share special Simcha, a joy from this past week, by typing your Simcha in the comments line. It may include a birthday, anniversary, good news, and accomplishments of all and any kind. Please use a few words to describe your Simcha and click Enter. So this week, or this Shabbat in particular, it's the Erev Yom Ha'atzmaut, the Erev Day of Independence, not of the state of Israel, but our independence, the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. So I've chosen to combine Jewish and Americana all in one. And so I found something I think is very familiar to many of us, but I thought that this actually is very aspirational more than anything. It is aspirational 100 and plus years after it was written. It was written in 1883 by Emma Lazarus. It's called The New Colossus. And she was commissioned to write this to fundraise for the pedestal that will become the pedestal of the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, wow.
So they asked her to write something to raise money. It worked.
So we need to write poetry, is what you're saying. All right, get right on that.
I guess great poetry used to sell. And pretty well. So here it is. I would say, read along with me, but you don't have it, but you may know many of the sections. So in celebration of July 4th, not like the brazen giant of Greek fame with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame in the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles, from her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome, her mild eyes command the air-breached harbor that twin cities frame. Keep, ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
Beautiful.
She did very well.
Yes, she did all right.
We now gather all the simchas that you have shared with us on this Shabbat, and we offer a prayer. Divine source of blessings, we thank you for everything that enriches our lives. We turn to you now with gratitude as we share in the happiness of those who have marked their birthdays, anniversaries, good news, and accomplishments. Adonai, be with them now and always. May they be blessed with health and happiness, and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. As we honor each one of you for the gifts that you bring to our sacred community, we join together in song as we mark the sacred occasion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. In his commentary to the Torah, Rabbi Risking teaches, quote, Moses entered the stage of Jewish history by striking the Egyptian and exited from the stage of Jewish history by striking the rock. Remarkable, no? One could say striking. That the same physical act by the same man could be seen as both positive and negative. The act of striking that we find in this week's Torah portion, double Torah portion, Chukat Balak, is described in 2 short verses in the book of Bamidbar, Numbers. And Moses and Aaron assembled the congregation before the rock, and Moses, said to them, Listen now, rebels, from this rock shall we be able to extract water for you? It's a rhetorical question. And Moses lifted his hand, struck the rock twice with his rod, and much water emerged to give drink to the witness community and their cattle. The act is one of the reasons why Moses does not reach the land of Israel with the rest of the people. That's kind of his punishment. Moses' act has been seen by many commentators as an act not only against God tells him, strike the rock once, he does it twice, but also against the Jewish people, because Moses calls them rebels in front of the whole world. Justified, perhaps, but still something not becoming of the stature of a leader like Moses. Also, this particular incident can be seen as something teaching us about how a leader should not be. That is, impulsive, easily angered, shaming her followers openly. It is obvious that a leader should keep her temper, but there might be more to a leader than what we might have thought initially. Rabbi Jacob Harlop brings up a good point about the language used in this passage. In Hebrew, there are two words that are very close synonyms, and they both refer to the people of Israel in the desert. One word is kahal, and the other one is eidah. I know that we use the translation of the word kahal as community or something like that. And eidah, sometimes congregation or something like that. But just for a moment, stay with me and forget the English translations altogether.
Okay.
Rabbi Harlop suggests that kahal should be understood as, quote, consisting of the many individuals who assembled together, the separate and disparate persons who make up a crowd. And eidah, on the other hand, should be guided by a specific purpose which serves to unite, unity, and connotes individuals united by their commitment to historic continuity from generation to generation. So the difference is that kahal is more of a physical assemblage of people who may or may not share a common goal or religious goal, whereas the eidah is a group of individuals with a higher purpose in mind. In other words, the kahal is what they actually are, but the eidah speaks about their aspirations, what we would like to become. So it's a group with a plan. Let's go back to our story now. And after Miriam's death, the well dries up and the people need water. So God talks to Moses and says, just a little earlier in the story, take the staff and you and Aaron assemble the witness community. Hakel et ha'edah. Now, the word witness community sometimes is used to translate the word eidah, because the word ed in Hebrew also means witness. So this is the community that witnesses to the truth of God.
Okay.
Maybe that's the better translation. And that's what brings them together. So, ve'hakel et ha'edah, speak to the rock in their presence and it will give forth its water. The Torah records that they gather the kahal, but yakhilu ha-kahal. They did not gather the eidah. And then in front of the rock. Following this close reading of the text, Rabbi Riskin teaches, quote, God wanted Moses to look at the motley crew of complainers and see that behind the facade of rubble were to be found witnesses to the divine. Moses was supposed to appreciate the great potential of his people. Moses, disappointed and disgranted, personally devastated by their ingratitude, could only see a congregation of kvetching individuals. That's the kahal. When people behave like a kahal, a good leader, a good human being indeed, should make an effort to see beyond the mob mentality and see the eidah, the sum of their aspirations and their dreams. It is true Moses had shortcomings, and sometimes they showed at the worst possible moments. I know from experience that at times it is hard to see beyond the congregation and see the community. It should come to no surprise to anyone that we rabbis encounter the whole gamut of souls in our congregation, including small-minded and a few mean-spirited people. Religious leaders, and perhaps leaders in general, need to know that such people come with a territory. Still, like Moses shows us, good people can lose track of the Eidah, the community that we must recognize. Moses really forgot to inject a high dose of chesed, of compassion, into his interactions with the Jews in the desert. It is a reminder to me to bring chesed, compassion, and love when I fail to see the community, the Eidah, and I can only hear the kvetching. It does not apply only to our congregation, because this kahal mentality is present in the public arena every day. So often I really have to make an effort to look beyond the noise of the kahal that some of our political leaders in particular they themselves the kahal, a big kahal, and try to find the Eidah, the ideals and dreams on which our nation is based on. In difficult times such as ours, anxiety and a sense of loss seem to bring out more of those negative feelings and comments. So perhaps we must all keep track of the Eidah and look beyond the noise. Each one of us, each one of you watching at home, has to approach our congregation, our community, and indeed each other at home and at work with the intention to seek out the Eidah, with a determination to look beyond the kvetching about everything and everyone, and find the potential, the possibility, the aspirational aspect of our coming together. No, it is not easy, but chesed, compassion in our interactions with others can go a long way to avoid seeing each other as just a physical entity, or, for that matter, a virtual entity. It really takes an extra effort to see the person in front of you for what they can become, and an even bigger effort to show empathy, chesed, over Zoom or Facebook Live. But we must try. No, we must succeed if our congregation, if our nation is to spiritually and morally survive the turmoil in which we find ourselves. As we approach another July 4th, may we find the inner strength to look at each other, at our neighbors and our friends, at our family and fellow congregants, and see the potential for good in each and every one. Happy 4th and Shabbat Shalom. We turn our thoughts now to those who have recently been taken from us. We are observing the Shiva for Judith Phyllis Frimerman, aunt of Paula Frimerman, and the Shloshim for Susan Grebner-Wary, sister and sister-in-law of Barbara and Mike Ginsburg, and Brenda Safer, sister and sister-in-law of Judy and Marshall Weingarten. And on this Shabbat, we remember the following yortzites of members of our congregation: Barry Belmont, Lily Steinzig-Bernstein, Donna M. Boyer, Kenneth Bram, Peggy Cunningham, Lenny Davis, Julia Gewurtz, Mildred Millie H. Green, Penny Hendricksey, Stuart Kenneth Kahn, Dorothy Kaplan, Lillian Katz, Aliza Meyer, Irene Robbins, Charles Rosenstock, Rose Levy-Ruttman, Norman Schulman, Rena Siegel, Margaret Bender-Smith, Alan Murray Turner, John Warady, Charles Bad Wennick. If you are joining us on this Shabbat and you remember a loved one, please add their names to the comments line. We take all these names, Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. On page 598, we join together in Kaddish Yatom, the mourners' Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמה דברה חירותה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דא אמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. A few short announcements. First, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us from our area and from around the country and the world. Special thanks to Leslie Zucker and Larry Meyer for the lovely music, and to Dave Zucker and Aviva Simons for managing our comments. We will be back here at 10:30 a.m. for our morning service on Facebook Live. Just a reminder that our building is closed to the public and that our entire staff can be reached by email or via Facebook Messenger, and we're here for you. If you would like to join us for our Torah study, our Sikhat Shabbat will begin tomorrow at 9 a.m. on Zoom. See the event on Facebook for more information. Virtual Lunch and Learn with the Rabbi is this Thursday, July 9th at noon. Please contact the office to get the Zoom link. And a reminder that the Community Blood Center of Kansas City still has an urgent need of blood donors. Donating blood is a way to help save lives. You can find the link to sign up to give blood in the e-news that we sent out this morning. We are looking for congregants to prepare or order and deliver meals to all the members of Calvary Temple Baptist Church who are homebound due to the pandemic. Please email connect@beth-torah.org if you are interested in preparing, ordering, or delivering these meals to support our neighbors. Leslie, a couple more.
Yes, so song session is happening Wednesday as per usual, 7 o'clock on the Facebook Live. If you have song requests or questions, you can put those in the comments of the events that are on Facebook. I do have to share with you the news that the concert that Michelle and I were doing has been postponed. We conversed about it not in person, and decided that with all the recent restrictions that have come together, and just to be safe, we're going to wait until it's a little safer to come together and sing for y'all. So I'm sorry about that, but keep an eye on our pages. We may be doing some solo stuff to kind of fill in the gap.
Thank you very much. Please make sure that you check us out on Facebook, follow us, like our page, and leave us comments about the service and our other virtual events. Have a Shabbat Shalom and stay healthy and wear your masks in public, please. In honor, a celebration of July the 4th, we chose to conclude the service today with This Land is Your Land. And I heard from Leslie Elogidu that Woody Guthrie has Jewish connection. His second wife is Jewish, and his son, Arlo.
Arlo had a famous bar mitzvah with lots of famous folk singers there.
There you go.
And his grandmother is doesn't matter, world-renowned Yiddish poet and songwriter, Elisa Greenblatt.
That's the closest we can get to that. So here we go. We sing this in honor of July 4th, and join us, please.
This land is your land.
This land is my land, from California to New York Island. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me the endless sky. I saw below me the golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me our voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Take care of each other out there.